All right, so we're here at the siding at Ancliff. Ancliff was not a major station, but it did have a fairly significant siding. You can actually see the siding very, very well pronounced here. It is probably one of the more well pronounced sidings that I've seen. I don't know if the siding existed up until the time that the railway line was discontinued, but certainly it was here in 1982 when there was a fairly significant upgrade that was done on the line. As I mentioned, there are numerous remains here in the area around the around Ancliff. So we're going to take a look at one of them here. So here is the remains of a telegraph pole. Take the helmet off here so you can see a little better. So there's a few insulators left on here. These are these Armstrong ones that are usually, you'll find them on the kind of the little metal end pieces. I don't know exactly what they're called. There is a Dominion 42 there, and up here you can see the base of the pole where it's been cut off. It doesn't appear that there are any other insulators kicking around here. Okay, so we're going to jump on the grade and just continue pushing through the siding here. Okay, so I'm not going to even bother jumping up on the bike because our next stop is right here. So I mentioned earlier that I was here in December, and I guess I missed this because it was buried under the snow. But we can actually see the flanger sign here for the siding, and so again, very, very pronounced in terms of the siding here. You can see it very, very clearly, and even more up ahead. You'll be able to see basically how open it is. And again, I haven't seen that in other spaces, other stations with sidings. Like I don't think I have any stops coming up here, so we can jump over here onto the siding part. And again, so you can see how very well defined it is. Obviously we can kind of do this because it is springtime and the leaves are not out. You can't really feel the indentations from the tie. Some places you can, but unfortunately it's all been kind of smoothed out. Culvert under here, unfortunately no marker. And so hereabouts, somewhere in this spot here, is kind of the quote-unquote station or stop here at Ancliff. Again, just a flag stop. Basically, on this line, there was a major station at Dorion. So we're at 106.6 on the original line. So there was one at Dorion, which is at 99.9. So 6 miles that way. And then there's one at Pass Lake. There was another major station at Pass Lake, which is at milepost 120. So kind of no need to have a station here. The name for the station actually changed. Its original name was not Ancliff. Its original name was Enterprise, and the name came from the nearby Enterprise mine, which is just up ahead, and you'll actually see that in the next section that we take a look at. And the Enterprise mine was an amethyst mine. This area is one of the biggest producers of amethyst in the world, which is the official gemstone of the province of Ontario. So here's another telegraph pole down there. We're not going to stop and take a look at that one. We've got another, I think, coming up right here. Yeah, we've got another remnant. Again, turned into a very, very beautiful day. I was kind of humming and hawing this morning about kind of going out because they called for kind of spotty showers, and it kind of did sprinkle off and on, and so I kind of headed out here about 9 o'clock. It's just a short drive from where my from where my camp is, for those of us in Northern Ontario, Northwestern Ontario. For some of you, it might be your cottage or your cabin, as you may call them. And so I was kind of humming and hawing about when to sort of come out. And glad I pulled the trigger. I kind of did get sprinkled on a little bit here and there, but now the sun's out and it's beautiful. So here's our next point of interest, and there's a few of these here. So we actually have a length of rail. I don't think I looked. I don't think I can make, as I try not to kill myself here, I don't think I can make anything out on this rail. No, no identifying marks or anything. All right, so we'll jump back on the grade here and just continue heading through here. We're almost at the end of our exploration for today. All right, I'm not going to bother jumping back up on the bike here because our next point of interest is just right up here. Don't see too many of these kicking around. Kind of the odd one here and there. Again, happened to notice it when I was here in December, and we'll go take a look at it right now. So we are coming up just on the other side of Ancliff here. Of the siding is a level crossing, so Superior Shores Road. And so here we have the, I don't know what the proper term for this is. Here we have the whistle sign. And so basically indication for the locomotive crew to sound the whistle for the level crossing. So I do have actually a picture, thanks to David, who lives in Duluth. Actually took a picture of a train crossing here in 1997, and so we actually do have a train crossing there, crossing here at Ancliff. There's another piece of rail in there, right over there. Again, didn't see any markings on it, and I believe there's another telegraph pole here somewhere. Just keep checking my GPS. Make sure I'm in the right spot. There's the pole. So we're gonna jump in and go. We're gonna go jump in and take a look at that one. Okay, so we've made our way just off the grade here. I don't know, we're about 20 feet in. And so what we have here is we have the remains of a telegraph pole. And so you can see kind of the two cross beams here. You can see a little piece of the pole left. You'll notice that there's a few insulators that are left on here. There's 4 up here on the top, and there's another one on the bottom. The interesting one, they're all, most of them are all Dominion 42s. This one's kind of a little bit interesting for a couple of reasons. First of all, I think it is a Dominion insulator. I don't know if there's anybody watching that can help me out here. I believe so, because it does have that little diamond with the D in the middle, and I believe that was the symbol of Dominion. It does have a little bit of a pinky tinge to it, and I think that's because of the peg here. You can see the peg's got a little bit of a color to it, and so oftentimes they would soak these telegraph poles in creosote to protect them, and so that's kind of worn off a little bit on this insulator. But it doesn't have the Dominion. It looks like a Dominion 42, but it doesn't have the marking, and it does have kind of a little bit of a little rounded ridges on the bottom. Again, I don't collect these things, so I don't really know too much about them. And look at that, we have hiding here. It was attempting to hide on us. This is a green. This is a green Dominion. I've never seen one of these before. This is strange. So that's kind of neat. That was just, I just happened to look down and missed it. So over here, we actually have another piece. I don't know if it's from the same pole. And so you can see there is an insulator on here, and you can see that it looks like there is a couple of more kind of cross beams. So I'm not sure if that's from the same pole or from a different pole, or kind of what the heck is going on. So anyway, still kind of a little mesmerized by this this green Dominion 42 one. Kind of a neat little find. It does have a few little cracks in it there, Okay. So anyway, we're going to jump back up on the grade and continue working our way through the siding here at Ancliff. Okay, so we're almost done here. We're almost pushing through the siding here. So as I was mentioning, if you click on the link in the description, it'll take you to my page on Ancliff, and so you will see a picture, a photo of when the train was still running through here in 1997, courtesy of David. Here you can actually still feel kind of the indentations of the ties on this part of the siding. So there was no barricade, there were no lights. It was just one of these typical kind of rural, just with the signs type of crossing. And there were many and many of those on this with regard to this line in this area. So basically, as we start getting into this area, we start getting into kind of more sort of populated areas, and kind of more and more roads and things like that that are crossing the grade. So we have one more point of interest here before we wrap up our hike for today. And so we do have a bunch of debris that's kind of lying around here. So we're gonna take a look at it. So you can kind of see all kinds of pop cans and things like that. Here's a little legacy, somebody's CN helmet. There's some pieces of cloth here, all kinds of pop cans. And there's a few more things kind of around here that I'll, if I can get over here, that I can show you. Ties, looks like 1 liter bottles. I don't know, some sort of lubricant or something. We have remains of, I don't know what this thing is, but there's a piece of telegraph pole down here. And so basically this, whatever the heck this thing is, looks like ties with some pieces of board across it. And then over here, maybe some of the railway guys can help me out with this. I don't know what this is. There's a big drum, and then there's what this thing is. So you can see it says 89, and it looks like part of a 1 there. I don't know what that is. Nothing to do with this spot, right? Because again, mileage here was 106.6, original mileage, and then add 49.7 to that, and that'll give you the Kinghorn mileage. So no 89s here, and you can see there's yet more chunks of metal. That looks like what's left of a 55-gallon drum. That's right there. Okay, so we'll jump back up on the bike, and we're basically right here at the end of our exploration. Superior Shores Road is just right up ahead there, and that'll be it for today. All right, so last few hundred feet here of Ancliff. You can see the siding is starting to kind of peter out a little bit, and you can see the road just up ahead. So again, this is Superior Shores Road. So what we're going to do is we are very, very carefully going to cross the road. Make sure I got Luna with me here. So we're going to go across. And this is where we're going to end our exploration for today. And so this is where we're going to have another section that's going to pick up. You can see the box for the fiber here. So it says 156.68 on the Kinghorn. And so again, that mileage was 49.7 miles less when you get onto the original lines. And so for the Canadian Northern Railway, Nipissing Subdivision, and for the Dorion Subdivision, it's 106.98. And so here basically the grade continues working its way to the west, eventually crossing the Pearl River, crosses another major road, and then works its way down to Pearl Station. So hopefully you've enjoyed today's exploration. We've had kind of run the gamut of the weather, and we're just going to be back just as soon as I can to do this next section.